can hear the roar. This is, I said a moment ago, the car of my dreams, Lauren.
Yeah, there aren't too many sounds that are more music to the ears than that.
Yeah, so this is the Vantage S.
The Vantage
Aston
S.
Martin.
Aston
Yes,
Martin.
indeed.
2017, brand new baby. I mean, James Bond used what the Vanquish in a lot of his movies.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you know, exactly. And he ran the DB series. He did the DB5 and he did the 7 or 6, I think. You know, now we're all the way up to the DB11. You know, that's been coming along too. We had that on KUSI. That was on the morning show. But this is the Vantage S.
Taking a look inside, tell us about what it's got.
All hand-stitched leather done by one person and one person only, and that's dash, door panels, seats, everything that has leather on it, or hides as we call it. And Lauren, you notice how supple and how good it smelled?
It smells fantastic.
Doesn't it remind you of a really expensive purse?
A really expensive purse. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Should.
But you mentioned the stitching, and you were actually talking about how people say you can tell whether the person who stitched the leather was right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I tell people, I was talking with the president, CEO of Aston Martin before I came in, and I was so compelled to say this is a fine piece of jewelry that goes really, really fast. You know,
and when you say fine piece of jewelry, I mean, we're talking on this particular car between how much? What price?
Well,
range?
you're going to get over 200,000 easy on this. Depends on how you set the car up. And that's the other thing that's fun, too. I did it, my computer froze. But I went on the internet and built my own. So I think it put too many zeros behind it when I got done.
You were up in the 350
range.
range.
Dude, I was so up there. I had roll cages in it.
Hey, Dave, I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
I've got a Toyota truck with a 200,000
Yeah, we'll
miles.
take a trade.
What if they give me a trade-in on it?
Well, I told them
my
wife says I can spend $200 a month on anything I want. So I told him, I said, I got a $200 budget.
How many years till you get to an Aston Martin?
I don't even care.
What's under the hood?
Well, this is not only, they just didn't want to put a V12 underneath it. They thought, let's supercharge it. But let's not do one, let's put two superchargers.
Oh, look, and you can even see
who finished up, has his stamp of approval.
hand-built in England, final inspections.
Correct.
I mean, that's when you know it is.
The engine itself,
checkpoint
built by one
cleared.
person and one person only. And what's good about having your name on there is for quality control. If anything happens to this car,
so I can go back to Matt Robbins and
well,
say,
I guarantee you, Aston Martin will go back to Mr. Robbins and say, "Excuse me, why did this bolt fall off?"
Yeah,
but you
get
won't.
this thing right.
You know, in fact, I was talking to him, and now I can't wait to call back and find out because they're really heavy into motorsports as well. But I told him, I said, this is a kind of a car that you can. It's just as happy at 65 as it is 165.
Right.
And that's hard to do. You know, I was showing one of the camera guys. If you look at the engine, how far the engine sits back. This car is almost a 50-50 balance, and that's what you look for in a performance car like that.
Okay, so, Dave, you got to tell me it clocks what from 0 to what?
It's in the 3s. You know, 0 to 60, 3s, 3.5, depending on your driving.
And speed, top speed.
You could get it to 200, no problem. 200. Probably a little over.
Wow.
But then again, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what kind of fuel mileage it gets, and I do not.
You don't want to know. I mean, if you're paying that kind of money for it, it doesn't matter.
When you're paying over 200 grand for a car,
and
when
when you put this thing in sport mode, everybody knows you're coming.
I bet they do.
And I love the blacked out wheels. I love the big brakes, front and rear. Yeah, this is a driver's car.
But you can customize these things to whatever you want in them, right?
Yeah, and it's all covered under warranty. You just do it on the internet.
Yeah.
Feel this hood for a second. Just grab it and just get it.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's got shock absorbers, but there's no weight.
So easy.
Yeah, it's all aluminum.
Yeah.
All hand formed, all hand built. Yeah, I know.
But what really is always been so nice about the Aston Martin is just the clean lines.
Yes.
It's a very classic shape, and it always stands out from a lot of the other exotics.
Real hard keeping this shape.
I bet.
Even though the government keeps saying, no, we want a different bumper, we want a different this.
We are out of time, Dave. It's a beauty. Thanks for bringing it down.
That means I get to go drive.
Yeah.
You got to stay here and work.
It's a classic.
We're going to have to work on that deal.
I know,
I'll drive it back
Funny
to the
thing,
dealership.
You've got the sweet deal, that's for sure. All right, Paul Rudy standing by with a look at sports. Paul, take it away.
Hey, coming up in sports, the rubber game with Eric.